Stay solid though, bro. You like Contextless need you.
I am trying my hardest. Trying my hardest to keep everything fucking mint. Okay. I think we're live. Boy.
Let me take a look. Yep. Yep, we're live. Wait, I was looking at if you have the what's it called, put a does my mic sound like robotic at all or not?
Not
I
for
was looking at
Discord. I mean,
if you have the what's it called, does my mic sound like robotic?
a little bit on the stream. I'm not entirely sure why. Look, okay.
Hold on, let me unplug my Yeti real quick.
Sure why. Look, okay.
Hold on, let me unplug my Yeti real quick. Hold on, let me unplug my Yeti real quick. Alright, does it still sound like that or no?
Let me just 1 second, 'cause it's only the stream that sounds like that. An actual like Discord, like what I'm hearing, you sound fine. Which is why I'm confused.
I'll say we could try like restarting it.
Which is why I'm confused.
Let's try restarting. I'll say we could try like restarting it.
I need to see if I can just. Let's remove audio output. Yes, maybe. Okay. Which is why. Alright. Oh, come on. Nope. Go live. Okay. Which is why. Alright. Oh, come on. Nope. Go live. Okay.
Right.
Why? Alright. I'm getting confused because now even the video's looping, like I can hear myself, which
my bad. My bad. That was me.
Well, I mean, even like I had the video pulled up and it was doing it, like I could hear it actively doing it as I had the video unpaused.
Oh, okay.
The fuck is going on with the sound quality this time around? Literally nothing's changed. Like I promise, literally nothing. It's everything is still up from the last time we did it.
Oh yeah.
How does it sound now? Did it?
Let me take a look. Oh yeah.
How does it sound now?
All right, actually sounds good now. We good. Oh yeah.
Cool. So, what I actually did, which is why I'm relatively confused right now, is I put it back to how it used to be. Where you remember the first time we went live, or just whatever, it was fine, and then we had that one stream where we just flat out couldn't hear you. I put it back to how it was before. Or no, I looked at it and I was listening to the video and I'm like, why does it kind of just sound like he's just playing twice rather than like his video being or his audio being fucked up? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I went and how I fixed it before is I added a thing that was recording the audio output. Once I got rid of that, seems we're fine. It's not recording you twice at all or anything.
All right, for sure.
If anything, it actually kind of has me really loud. Um, how does it sound now?
It actually sounds good
If
now. Put it on my Twitter.
anything, it actually kind of has me really loud. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of pop feedback from my mic, but I don't think there's much I could do about that in its current state until I get like a pop filter.
Oh yeah, you. Well, I was listening to the stream and whatnot too, and you sound fine on my end or on my phone.
Yeah, well, it's not my actual audio quality is fine. It's just like listening to it, I can hear that the mic is a little sensitive.
I see.
It's picking up a little, just a little more than I want it to. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta get yourself a Yeti, brother.
Oh, believe me, that'll be the next step once I pay everything else off and not spend a ton of money where I don't need to.
All right, bet. All right, good to go though.
I think so. Let me see. I am gonna put up a thing on Snapchat for it.
For sure.
Dude, I'm so happy that sometimes my, autocorrect just says the stupidest shit. Like, I went in there, I tried to type going, and, like, I didn't fuck it up in any way, but, like, my autocorrect was like, going? Did you mean God? I'm like,
What?
they're like, no, actually, that's not what I wanted to say at all. Thanks, phone.
Hell
Pretty
no.
cool.
All right.
I absolutely 100% like it might just be lazy, but I do not have the urge to put the actual stream link right away. Put it to my YouTube, and I think they have the brain to get to the
I'll say you could
live.
I'll say just retweet mine.
Oh, I was doing it off of Snap, but I can go retweet yours.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I'm surprised. I usually get a notification when you tweet things, so I was confused that it didn't do that.
Yeah, it's weird. I tag you and all that too. There we go.
One thing before we get to the actual podcast, I did tell some people that I would feature some things on the podcast that you might even find funny. So, I didn't get the link to one of them, but I can get to the first one. So over the weekend, I don't know how I ended up in this position, but I was trying to make TikToks with a friend of mine, and it went about as well as everything else in my life does.
Bro.
Let's see here.
What are the TikToks?
It only did the one, but fuck, hold up. I'm trying to figure out how to do this seamlessly, like play this all through the same time. So let's see. I can probably enlarge this, and then no, fuck it. Shit. I want to get to a point where dude, this is so fucking loud. I'm gonna lose my shit. I want to get to a point where I'm not showing like any names. So give me a second to set this up. I'm kind of fucking stupid. Let me see. I think. Go screen. Maybe? No, this isn't gonna let me. Fuck it. We can't avoid the names. But this is just what's gonna have to happen. Go live now. With me going live, it should pop up on here. Yeah. So I am live on Discord. Let me know when you're ready.
Alright. Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, so we were trying to make TikToks, right? And this is weird, dude. I still didn't feel like this was going well at all, alright? Mind you, I'm so fucking tired by this point, dude. She just made me try doing this for like 2 hours, dude.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's about how well that all goes. So, stuck my head right into the fan.
Bro, it's good to see you. It's good to see you more comfortable though, man. Like,
it was. I don't know if comfortable was what I was saying. I was in a loop of just thinking to myself, like, how did this happen to me?
I swear, man. That's how you get. That's how you get to the. I still ain't never did a TikTok in my life. Just to be honest. So
if you're gonna do a TikTok, it would not only fit your style, but in general, it's just so much better. Just do like those one TikToks where people load up the phone, and it's kind of like what you do with your Snap stories, where you just fucking lay a quick, hot ass fucking like hot take on them, and you're like, here it is, and then you just go.
yeah. Oh God, like I definitely agree. Like I'm actually start doing like when I make a TikTok, I'm gonna start doing that. If I ever actually make like a dancing TikTok though, or a goofy, it has to be with a girl though, because I cannot see myself doing like a dancing TikTok with a bunch of guys around.
I will do whatever to be a clown. I cannot deny that. I am absolute 100% grade A clown. Will do fucking anything to clown. But when I actually get into making TikToks and stuff, I want it to be more reflective of the like comedic skit side of things that I wanted to do. You know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I'm glad you're actually more comfortable doing it, because that is literally one of the biggest points of actually becoming like a great personality and whatnot is the willingness to do certain stuff. And you definitely have that.
I'm all about the experience, just being here and just letting loose. It's what I'm here for.
Beautiful, man. But I'm good to go. You ready to kick it off?
Yes, sir. All right. Well, welcome everyone to episode 4 of Contextless. Today, with my co-host Quan from True Side of Context, the laws of attraction and how that affects you in your everyday life. Because I promise it affects you a little more than you think it does. Quan, take it away.
All right. And now, when it comes to like the law of attraction, there's a saying that pretty much you attract what you put out, in a sense. So if you are going around spewing all this negative stuff, that you're gonna attract negative people, and if you put out positive stuff, you're gonna attract positive people. But and that's true to an extent. However, one thing people have to realize is it's not always necessarily like that in a sense, because regardless of what's around you, you have those same people. Even if you might be positive, you could attract negative people who may want to like feed on your positive energy in a sense. Like, what you think, Rob?
It's very, very much, yeah. What you're saying is very, very true. A lot of negative people, not the people who are negative, but necessarily don't even realize they're negative. People who don't want to be negative, they tend to feed off of people who are especially overwhelmingly positive. I run into that a lot as someone who's very much like outgoing, very loud, very extroverted, for lack of a better way of putting it. I'm someone who's very just there and usually pretty positive. I don't let shit knock me down. It is very easy to end up in a parasitic sort of relationship where that person uses you almost entirely to feed their own happiness. And it's ironic in those situations, which I'm actually kind of really glad you brought it up, is it can affect all forms of attraction. They will use all forms of attraction to try and get what they want. Say they could be like really flirtatious with you, and realistically, I don't want anything to do with you. They may think you need to go on my 600-pound life, like, like.
I'm gonna
But
get on them later.
oh, I'm sorry. You go.
I know I said I'm gonna get on them later, but please continue.
Yo, I already know you are. I already know Quan's got it coming for him.
Man.
I'm convinced that when we were like, yeah, dude, we're gonna spend the week thinking about the actual thing. I don't think you're actually thinking about that. You're like, I could fucking just freeball that one. I gotta think about how I'm getting there.
Oh God. Well,
But
that's weird, man.
yeah, shit, I'm kind of losing my train of thought with that one.
Yeah, but you said, but bring us back to on course in the sense of how people will actually feed off of your like positive energy, and they could literally be like a parasite in a sense, as far as like people who will think you are attractive and may want to flirt with you and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's like people who are lonely specifically do this, and they'll lightly flirt with just about anything in front of them and get the attention that they want. And it's most people who pick up on it tend to get a little dicey about it. 'Cause this is probably one of the worst things that one of the worst ways they can leech off of it. Like because when you bring into actual like flirting and people's feelings and all that sort of shit, it gets a little rough. So
Bro, and it's crazy too because the exact thing that you just said right now is literally what I catch a person I know who does this. Like they'll literally like play around and they'll damn near like flirt with almost everybody around them, and then they'll say like, "Oh, I be wanting to say certain stuff sometimes, but I don't want to give people hopes of yada yada." I'm like, you have done that though, and
yeah,
I don't know if you think that I'm just not picking up on it, but I'm just like, that shit is weird as hell. If you get what I'm trying to say. And some people may try to say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with it," and yada yada yada. But you can do it. While no one can control you, the people who actually realize what you're doing will tend to pick up on that, and you could scare a lot of people off by doing that.
yeah. Especially because while that initial sort of I guess the best way we can call it is simply put teasing. That initial point of teasing may attract a lot of people. Once people start catching on to what it is, then you get in some level of animosity. Because there are a lot of people out there who aren't just like it may the right thing to do may just be to cut your losses and GG go next, right? But there are a lot of people who are going to be bitter once they catch on. There's a lot of people that are going to be pissy about it. And then all it's going to do is take all that positivity that you were trying to leech, all that like positivity you were trying to bring towards yourself, and you were just going to fucking snap it complete 180.
Absolutely. And even like going more further into that, even like myself, the fact how I'll literally just be like the calm one, the more like, rational one, the one who actually can bring everybody full circle in a sense. Even when some people may come to you and ask for advice and whatnot, like the people who may not want to change in a sense, they literally will still look at you and be like, "Oh, this person is intelligent. This person is very knowledgeable." So, but they're not coming to you for your advice. They just want you to be like, "I validate whatever your mindset was."
Yeah.
And while everybody needs to vent, but do you feel like, in a sense, that's kind of like a waste of time, just to be like, "All right, I'm gonna go to this person because I feel like they're smart enough and they're just gonna validate me no matter if I'm wrong or not." You think that's a bad thing?
It's definitely a touchy one when we touch into that one because then you got to think about a lot of people that do that are probably subconsciously doing it. A lot of people are just like you said, thinking, "Oh, this person's smart, level-headed, generally judgment-free." they're probably immediately thinking, I'll go talk to them, and even if it's not their first thought, like in the back of their head they're thinking, and they'll basically tell me that I'm right. Because in their mind, they are the rational one. But if they get a different picture, they don't usually tend to fight you on it, but they don't end up listening as well as you'd think.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because I swear, even there's one person I tried to give advice to, or it seems like, no, let me take that back. I was just listening to him, and a lot of times now I'll just be like, yeah, do what you feel is best, because most people are just gonna do what they want regardless. But every time I do that, they're like, no, I really want to hear what you think. I was like, God damn it. like I already know how this is gonna go. So just say what you gonna say already.
It's also funny because also a lot of those situations you find yourself and you're just like, man, I don't. Most of the time you're like, I don't even know what to do. Like I'm not gonna lie, you put yourself in kind of a fucky situation. If I were you, I'd be fucking figgity fucking out of there.
I was worried, man. And the funny thing is, for some reason, whenever I find myself in those situations and I just want to be like, screw this, I'm out, I feel like some kind of moral obligation to see certain things through. And
Yes, definitely know that feeling. Because it's almost like a task in front of you, and it's like you're doing someone a disservice by not finishing that task.
Absolutely. And even in terms of like as far as attraction when it goes to like liking somebody or love in a sense, one thing people gotta realize is that is something that doesn't just come off of like good times in a sense, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I remember this. I
That's
remember I was
such
talking
a
to somebody.
complex one.
For real, man. And I remember this one time, this person was saying, like, when you're with somebody, how long should you wait to tell them you love them? And there's no disrespect to this person, but they gave some bad advice and they said it shouldn't take one time. Like, if you're feeling it, no matter how long you've been there, just say that. Just say it. I'm like, no, that is not good advice because everybody
You can scare
will,
them away if it's way too early.
for real. And one thing people don't seem to understand is when people talk about like the cup, that's the cupcake phase. Of course, it's gonna look like everything's going well when you just meeting each other and you hanging out. But when you guys actually start to get to know each other more and you get to see the things that you don't like about each other or the things that annoy you, like if you get past that phase and you still feel that way, then good. But most people will quit as soon as they see something that they disagree with, why the hell you keep leaving your damn shirt on the fan? And you said it dries quicker. Like and they break up because of that shit.
God damn it! Keep throwing the spoons in the drawer. Fuck.
right. Right. They keep
All I want,
like
play my game and not hear the spoons thrown in the drawer.
like why the hell you keep putting ice cream in the damn refrigerator? It's supposed to be in a freezer. like
Or not to get back on Quan's level. Bitch, why you eat the whole quart? Put that shit back. Save some for later. It ain't going anywhere.
Oh god, don't be wasting. Don't be wasting stuff just because. But back to what I was saying though, like it's little things like that that get people screwed up, and the fact that people won't even tell you that wait till you see things that you disagree with, wait till you actually get to know this person, and then if you still feel like you love them, then say it. Don't just throw your eggs in one basket.
Mentally train yourself to fight the, basic things that humans do. Like, at the beginning of a relationship, you are going to do everything you can to ignore those red flags and be like, nah. Why the fuck would that make sense? no, just you're going to have to teach yourself, like, oh, no matter how much I like this person, that was worrisome. We need to look at that.
Exactly. Don't be listening to all these like artists talking about some fall in head first. Don't do that. That is a dumbass thing to do. You will get hurt instantly, especially if things don't go your way. Because I actually have a story. I had a friend of mine who actually did that before. They were going on pretty much for like a week, and she said she loved him. She loved
A
him,
week? Oh,
and
fuck.
bro,
Oh, fuck.
man, and I was like, and she told him she loved him, and I was like, and I said, you said it back. He said, bro, what else was I supposed to say?
This man over here, like, I mean, I was put on the spot. I felt like the cameras are on me. We got lights going around. I didn't know what to do.
Bro, I swear that's exactly how that man was.
He's just
And
sitting
once
there like, I mean, like, if something bad happens, I guess that's on her. It ain't on me anymore. It's her fault.
oh my god. And the fucked up part about it is too, once they actually broke up after a month, like he was hurt. Like, and I felt bad and I felt bad for him too, because I'm like that's my dog. But I was like, bro, I was trying to tell you this. I was trying to tell you this from the jump. And you didn't listen.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. It might just be like that asshole side of me. If my boy dates a girl for a month and he's hurt by the end of it, anything past it, well, that sucks. I'm fucking clowning this man. It's fucking over, dude.
Right.
Like, what? A month? This man's like, gets dumped after a month and he's like, this is it, dude. My whole life's over. I'm gonna go become an alcoholic. That's it. Like, what? What do you mean? Damn, dude, you didn't even get through a fucking an eighth of a year. What are you? What?
Right, like that man said he's gonna become an air nomad.
Yeah, actually. This man over here gets dumped after a month acting like Zuko when he got banished.
Bro. I swear, because that's how some people be acting.
Hold up,
And
hold up,
even
hold up, hold up. I gotta slide this in. These are the same type of people back in middle school that would randomly get in their feelings and they'd go on like Kick when we had it back in the day, go on Facebook, dude, and they wouldn't even change their profile picture. They'd get rid of it. It's just black. And then they'd be like, don't ask me what's wrong.
bro, I swear that is so accurate too, because I'm like, first you did that for a reason. And now you want to say, oh, leave me alone. Or
Yeah.
the whole kick day will be like, leave me alone. Like, of course that's something. Of course you want attention. Why would you post it?
God damn. Oh. Yeah.
And just to it's like to give people like some advice and whatnot. Like, definitely, I like to think like you got to think of yourself in a sense as a Titan. Now, everything's not necessarily gonna go perfect in a sense, but recognize that don't keep making the same mistakes that you did before. For some reason, people want to use the fact saying, "Oh, we're human" and X, Y, and Z as a excuse to not learn from their screw ups in the past, and that can't continue.
Listen, we're human only gets you so far. We're human is what you say when you're like fucking up and you're like giving into the sociological. I don't even know if that's a word.
Oh
Psychological
yeah, it is.
sociology. And then we're getting into that level, the stuff that like you don't realize what's happening, but when it's brought up to you, you're like, maybe. We're only human works on stuff like that. If you're using we're only human to like fucking justify deleting your profile picture and changing your name to leave me alone. No, I'm sorry, buddy. You might just be a little bit of a bitch. And like, I don't mean to offend you.
Damn.
I tell you with an open heart and care that you're a little bit of a bitch so that you can work on that. You can fix it.
All right, everybody respond different. Some people may need some tough love for real. And even if like, even if you want to talk about the aspect of being like like attraction, as far as like like people you may like go out with or people you may like, it's also weird with that too, because what you said, say it again.
I said we're slowly diving in to where it's gonna get a fun conversation.
Oh yes, sir. And But back to even like when you go to what you're attracted to, the aspect of having preferences is so like one sided for people. It is ridiculous because nowadays, if one person says, "Oh, I want a person who may be like over this height," and they have whatever qualifications that you want, people will look at them like, "Oh, good, cool." But if I say something like, "I don't want a person who will eat a whole turkey without even cooking it," now all of a sudden I'm the bad
Damn.
guy.
Holy shit, damn. Fuck. That bitch walked into Kroger and was like, fucking, what's that? They're like, oh yeah, the turkey's 14 pounds. Like, fucking starts going to town. Fucking, you're just staring at them horrified, like, is this what they meant when they said eat the booty like groceries?
Ate that whole damn turkey like a vacuum cleaner. Like, god damn.
Fucking
And
slurp
I
that
was
bitch up.
and for real, and that's the problem, man. Like, if you literally straight up say, I don't like this kind of person, people have all kinds of labels for you while they're telling other people, oh, like, why are you so mad at me for? I have a preference. And if you don't like my preference, then why are you listening to what I have to say?
Dude,
It's
you know
total
what's
hypocrisy,
funny?
bro.
Like this one might be where we get a little controversial, but you notice the same people who say shit like that, like, oh, it's just my preference and stuff like that, they'll say that. But like the minute the people that they actually like and they really want are like, I don't know, man, or they turn out being a dick because dicks have both on the female and the male end of the spectrum. People who are jackasses generally have a demographic. Um,
Right.
they're just fucking like offended, assaulted, and then suddenly it's the other people's fault, and like it is just a big fucking ordeal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I'm gonna actually give you another example. It was this like female athlete. She was talking about she said y'all need to support these sort of women athletes and not just the ones you find attractive. And I'm like, and as much people want to say, oh, I feel her and all this other stuff, like, I wouldn't want somebody doing this because of X, Y, and Z. I'm like, regardless, you cannot control what people do. People are gonna support whoever they want to support. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
I get behind the
my opinion,
message, but I'm sorry,
uh,
I didn't mean to cut you off. I
I,
was just saying like
I,
I get the message, and then I was gonna add on later. Let you finish.
oh yeah, and I'll say like I definitely get the message too. It is the fact that I'm like, you literally don't hear people who actually aren't insecure don't say stuff don't say stuff like that
Yeah, I was
because
about to
like
say you put
Rob,
a big fucking sign on your insecurities there.
right? Because think about this, Rob. Could you imagine if a man says women need to start dating guys for everything and not just someone who can make them feel protected? Everybody will blow up on him like, oh, what you saying that for? Because you feel like you can't protect somebody, you can't protect a woman.
Dude,
That's literally how it would go.
yeah, do you not already see the people who fucking sit there and blow up when they're like called out for only liking guys above like 6 feet, and they're like long bucket list because like it is entirely possible for them to have a bucket list and just fucking cycle through people. Like that it's already happening a lot. It's the fucking I think one friend I have puts it very, very, very well with the term a pick me girl, where that's like all they desperately want to a absolute fault is to be chosen, to be picked.
Well, I definitely heard that term before, and I definitely think that whole girl I described is one of them. But let me ask you this: what do you think about? Because this one person tried to say that in a sense that everybody wants to be picked. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Everyone does want to be picked, but the problem is it goes back to the very same thing we said at the levels of respect uh podcast. It's very much a you have to work for it. Whether or not you believe it or not, generally everyone in the world has the potential to become attractive. You put the work in. Don't be a 600-pound fucking fat fuck who slurps down cold turkey in the Kroger aisle. and
For real.
find a look. Like, it may take a while, may whatever, you may have to come into it, but over time, like, you can make it work. It's not impossible. But if you're sitting there getting pissy and fucking bitchy, like, I know I talked to someone in Discord who threw a fucking fit 'cause he couldn't get girls to like him, and he sat there and told me, he's like, yeah, the problem is this kid's like 300 fucking 40 pounds, fucking 5 feet, fucking, like, and I'm like, yeah, I think I see what his problem is.
Man. Damn. Right. And also to add to that too, like what people got to realize is you actually have to focus on the people who actually find the crowd in a sense of where you actually fit in. Like, of course, like health and well-being and hygiene and stuff like that, that's all important. But if you're literally trying to change, like completely change yourself in a sense, like you say, all right, I'm gonna stop watching anime, I'm gonna stop going and seeing comic book movies just so these people who didn't
You're
even
going,
notice me before find me attractive. Like, you doing yourself a disservice.
yeah, you're going the wrong way, chat. And actually, this I finally, like, I've been waiting the whole thing to find a perfect segue for this. Now we can talk about. I know a lot about the psychological level of attraction. Watching comic books. Holy fuck! Reading comic books and watching anime it's not an repulsive. God motherfucking damn it. Repulsive trait. Actually, it's more attractive. You look at those things and you stand your ground, much like we talked about in the establishing yourself episode, and have confidence in that. Because confidence is a big thing that plays a huge psychological effect on attraction. Confidence does. The reason why the 300-pound fucking 5-foot man isn't attracting girls left and right is not only it just doesn't look that good to be fat. Ugh, to be fat. On a psychological level, the laws of sexual attraction are very, very primitive in nature. And simply put, your fat ass is not the top of the food chain. That's. I hate to be the guy to say it, but you're not. You're not physically attractive. You're fucking fat. You're not physically fit. You're in every way, shape, and form. If you look at yourself and we're like, man, if I had a kid who's just like me, it is just a fucking absolute downgrade. that is not how the human mind works. Psychologically, women look for mates that are going to be an upgrade. That's why a lot of douchebags are chosen and stuff, because they put so much like time into their looks and stuff. So a female looks at someone who looks good and they're like, well, I kind of want my kid to look good. Like, not like they don't say that shit, but like in the back of their mind, psychologically, these gears turn that even sometimes they don't realize, and it makes them go for it. The people who are fit and like well defined, they're like, damn, that's a really good like male trait. I can mate with him and my kid'll be like that. You know? Of course, we know that that's not entirely always the case. But on a psychological level, that is what's happening. It's people being attracted to certain traits that they don't even necessarily realize they're attracted to.
Oh yeah, I definitely can see that. Now I will say like that's not like the whole thing, but definitely a part of that plays because even if you want to talk about like the financial kind of aspect, people will often say like they want to be with somebody in a sense that they can build with. So they may be saying like, "Oh, screw the guy who works at Walmart or whatever." They want to actually be with somebody who may be getting into some illegal activities or people who actually may be entrepreneurs or stuff like that because they value that kind of security. Now, is it right to go for somebody just for that in a sense? Probably not, but it's subjective.
I do.
And
I'm sorry. Let you finish.
now you go ahead, you go ahead.
But I do believe that there are people out there who go for people who make a lot of money just because they want financial security. I also do believe that it also has a bit of a psychological effect too. Is it doesn't necessarily mean like your job, but like having money is it appeals to a psychological sense of someone who's responsible and can take care of things and handle things. Doesn't necessarily like money is a big part of our culture now, but you being good with money and being able to make money is kind of it triggers that provider aspect in the back of their mind.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Now, would you say the law works the same way with guys, or is it a little different?
Um, Now see this one I definitely am a little bit later on because personally I just haven't had a need to learn much about it. I do think there is a certain level of it, but it's a lot smaller for men because men are the hunters gatherers, the providers in the primitive kingdom, so there's a lot longer of a list of things that need to be checked there. Whereas realistically, one, men will just men will fuck just about anything unless they have an actual brain. That's I've seen so many people be willing to fuck anything that comes in front of them.
Man,
But realistically, in terms of the primitive aspect, the only thing that men really look at females for is, I guess, someone who can nurture their offspring. Maybe there are people, like, for all we know, maybe that's the root psychological cause for people who are really into femdom. Maybe they just want a super fit girl that can beat the shit out of them. They're like, damn, I wish my kid could beat the shit out of people like that.
right? Like, come on, Wonder Woman, like more. And even to add
Flips you in the bed.
about to take her. Dang, I just forgot the. Dang, I forgot the play that she was from. But yeah. Well, I'll touch back on it. But to add a little bit more to that, in terms of like a sociological thing from like a lot of stuff that I've seen, like a lot more guys are actually starting to call out like a lot of the stuff that is being demanded. So they say, all right, you say as a guy you need to be able to do A, B, C, D, and they're not necessarily. Some of them ain't necessarily expecting them in the sense for kids. They want to be a person who's actually gonna like play their part. Like, of course, everybody, like any human being, can learn how to cook, clean, do stuff like that. However,
I feel
if
like
they're
that
like, all
should
right,
be
if
a
I'm
fucking basic list on just humanity in general, on both genders, realistically.
oh yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, like, if typically if you're gonna be like let's say you have a job to where you travel around the world or something like that, and you're gone for like 5, 6 days out of the week, and your wife has a business to where she can work from home, you want her to be able to be like, all right, like since he's traveling most of the time, I'm gonna be able to take care of most of the stuff around the house because he's gone. I'm the only one here who can do it in a sense. But the problem with some people nowadays, like particularly women, and they'll be like, "Oh, what do I have to learn how to cook and clean for? I don't have to do this for no man." I'm like, that, like you said, it's a basic human trait that you should learn how to do. Screw cleaning for somebody else. You
Yeah,
should want to know
bitch.
how to cook and clean for yourself.
You ain't gotta learn how to cook for the man, bitch. You need to learn so you can fucking eat like a fuck. McDonald's ain't gonna cut it every day. Like, come on now. Like,
Oh my god, can't Uber
bitch, at
eat
least learn how to
7 days
make a
a week.
fucking egg or something.
Like,
I don't give a shit if it's one, dude. Just learn how to do it.
what? You be some people probably can't even make no peanut butter and jelly. Like,
God damn, they just fuck up. They go to put the peanut butter on, get too much peanut butter, rip the bread as they're trying to spread it.
he'll be the first person in history to DoorDash a PBJ sandwich. Like, that
Oh,
is,
dude, the
if we
worst part is I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure someone has somewhere, even if it's not DoorDash, dude. Postmates will get fucking anything. I know someone has done it.
bro. If that's the case, if I ever see somebody who DoorDash the peanut butter jelly sandwich, I will straight up say humanity is fallen and just give up right there. Cause that is ridiculous, bro.
That's it
I
right there.
swear.
They're like, damn, I want a fucking uncrustable, fucking Postmates and uncrustable to their door.
Bro.
I
I
don't
swear,
even like
man.
fucking DoorDash and all that stuff, dude. I don't want to spend that extra money. I got my own car, dude. I'll go DoorDash my own food. Like, fuck, why am I spending an extra $20 for a fucking beef and cheddar? We're like, huh?
Oh my god! And I swear, as a guy who actually used to do that a lot, I'll tell you, it will run through your money like real fast. Because even before I actually had my car and whatnot, I just used to be like, all right, 20 here for some damn chicken tenders and fries, like 30
Yeah, dude.
here for some wings for a place that's 12 minutes
All
up the street. I'm
one
like,
fucking
damn
meal,
it.
dude. You're dropping like a good fucking like even if you're up in the like 15 an hour, which is currently like a pretty decent barometer for payment, dropping a good 2 hours for just for one meal.
Man, it's ridiculous. But overall, as far as like my final thoughts on the actual like law of attraction in a sense, one thing people need to realize, the double back, is you get back in a sense what you put out. Like you gotta like if you want a certain kind of person, you have to be that person that you were actually looking for.
You have to
And
love
just
yourself
because
before someone else can love you. Flat out.
you're damn right. And stop trying to condemn people for their personal preferences. No, I'm not telling anybody to not date fat people. Do what you want. But don't try to say I'm the bad guy because I openly said that I wouldn't. Like, come on.
People got their own shits. This is fucking like if females can have the bucket list, dude, Quan can say he ain't fucking the fat bitch. That's what's going on. It's just fair.
Thank you. Like, dang.
But yeah. But realistically, be patient. And like I said, I want to emphasize so much. You gotta love yourself before you can love someone else. I've known so many people who get lonely, feel like they're not enough and stuff, and they immediately turn to anyone and everyone who can give them the affirmation they want. And it's just not good. It's really not. You're using people whether you know it or not. You're gonna like I have a friend who in the past has been dumped, and they immediately sat there and like within a day of being dumped started going on about how they're going to be alone forever. And I'm like, being alone forever is one problem, but now we're kind of stepping into the category of you just got dumped and you're not even worried about like that person. You're worried about being alone. You probably were never with that person for the right reason in the first place.
Absolutely. And don't even don't even get me started on the people who will go back to the jaded ancient mentality.
Oh
Like,
yeah, fucking bring it all the way back. That one, fuck, we didn't even have that one as a podcast. Our podcast of that got fucked up. That's on Shoot Straight, isn't it? Or no, that's on
yep,
TWC Live.
yes, sir. Go check it out.
For sure, we'll have the link in the description. I almost said the details. That's a description down there.
Right.
I don't know why I have half a brain cell, guys, and I'm putting it all on the conversation. Anything else, don't ask me. Don't bring it up to me.
I feel that. But I'm feeling good about the points we made about the laws of attraction.
I'm feeling good. And then, as a little announcement, I don't know when the first episode comes out or when we'll be doing it. It probably won't be live. We'll probably just record it. A lot of these topics we will now be revisiting in a new offshoot called Contextless Recap, where we'll be bringing someone in to talk about it and talk about their thoughts and possibly get perspectives that me and Quan didn't bring up.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it.
Should be a whole hell of a lot of fun. What do we got hitting for next week? I don't think we discussed it yet. What do we got anything in the doc at all or?
Let me take a look. The other one was why are people attracted to negativity, but I have a feeling that we should save that for later.
Well, we could save it for later because definitely we'd be hitting like a lot of same points we did today.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll definitely think of something. Let's just tell like it'll be a surprise for the people.
Contextless episode 5 special surprise. Surprise! We're spending the whole time talking about why you're fat.
Oh my god.
Be sure to tune in. Quan's gonna love this one.
Yeah, we're gonna go in. Oh my god.
God damn.
This shit is crazy.
All right. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Be sure to tune in, guys.
Definitely. Peace and love.